So, last night I'm over at the Love's in Hagerstown, Maryland. Stopped there and got gas. I was damn near on E. Went on ahead and got me a shower and shit. Once I got some gas, got parked, which I made me a parking spot. The place I parked wasn't right. Like, and if you go to a truck stop, you'll see trucks parked all kind of made their own spots. I made some shit. I pulled up, goddamn it, and I wasn't moving. So that's just what it was. Goddamn it. But I get there. I go into the actual store, waiting in line to take a shower and shit. And I think there's something out here in the trucker world where, truckers, they kind of speak to each other, ask, where you going, where you headed, what you carrying. I'm not accustomed to it yet. I'm still getting used to it. They have random people ask me where the fuck I'm going, what I got on the back of my truck. I'm getting acclimated to trucker banter and trucker conversation. So this white dude named John, sparks up a conversation with me, asks me where I'm going. I tell him I'm going to Salisbury, what I got. I tell him I'm taking some sheetrock up there. And he continues to go on the conversation, talks about the company he worked for and shit like that. And somehow or another, he got turned into talking about politics. He started telling me, how much he don't fuck with Trump and shit like this. And, and as I'm listening to it, I think, well, these damn white folk really believe that not liking Trump is something that's going to give them some type of camaraderie with them. I think they believe that, even when Obama was in there, if they liked Obama, then they felt like that would give them some type of camaraderie with black folk. They think that we stupid like that, which by and large, we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, by and large, we are. So I understand why they would think this thought. But he thought by telling me how much he don't fuck with Trump, he think Trump is a racist and all this shit, and he's ruining the country, blah, blah, blah. Same shit that the white folk and black folk that don't fuck with Trump talk about. And he goes on to kind of push home the fact that, that Trump is so racist. And of course, he's not racist. John say, man, I don't understand racism. I don't understand racists. I love everybody. No racism in my family or nothing like that. Goes on to tell me about his black friends that he's had throughout his life and that he has now. And even goes on to tell me that his brother is married to a black woman. I say, okay. So, and I'd say to him, I say, well, do you believe that the only contribution and responsibility of the people who created racism is for them to befriend black people throughout their life or mate with black people in some form or fashion, be in relationships with black people? He paused for a minute. It had him stuck. That question, it gets him stuck. So I want y'all to understand. This causes them to have to think for a second. Because now, every time he's ever told this story and black people sat there and nodded and smiled and agreed, he ain't had no pushback. So again, the question was, do you believe that the only contribution and responsibility of the people who created racism is to befriend black people throughout their lives and or be in relationships or mate with black people? Is that all y'all got to, you feel like you've done everything once you do that? He was stuck. So I left him in his silence and followed up with, well, what are you doing to dismantle racism? And then he picks right back up like, well, I got the friends and my brother, I got a mixed, like you say, a mixed niece and nephew. You know, I'm like, okay, but what are you doing to dismantle racism? If you're not a racist, you know racism exists, then there should be something that you're doing to dismantle the said racism. Oh, John was stuck. John was stuck as fuck because he ain't doing shit to dismantle racism other than having black friends. And other than having a mixed niece and nephew. He's doing nothing else to dismantle racism, to expose racism, to fight racism. He's doing absolutely nothing else. And this contributes to, this applies to all these non-racist white folk, these quote-unquote non-racist white folk. This applies to them all. They're not doing anything. I mean, they may have social media pages and stuff like that. They're not exposing racism. They're not standing against racism in that way. It's not happening like that. They may think that's enough, but that's because we've settled for that. We've allowed them to, have the black friends, listen to rap music. I had a guy the other day. I was in South Carolina. I think it was Fort Mill. I think I was in South Carolina. There's a white man there unloading me, and he talked about how much he loved hip hop, how much he loved rap. He was going to buy Rakim's book that Rakim has out now. Talk to me about rap music the whole time. And of course, he loved all people. Black people have accepted, this minimal white contribution. And we will invite them into the culture. We will pardon and we will say, well, yeah, man, you ain't racist. I see what you're saying. I don't see what the fuck they're saying. Now, in my younger day, in my young coon days, I would have accepted that. I would have. White person listen to rap music, a part of the culture that way, or, they hang out with black people and got them a black girlfriend or something like that. I would excuse that. Oh, yeah. There's no way they can be racist. Look at what they doing. They're eating with us and fucking us and, But that's not enough. That form of being non-racist is not enough, and it has been shown historically that's not enough. White folk been fucking with, having sex with black folk. White folk been will maybe have them a few black friends. That's been happening. It hasn't stopped the system of racism. White folk are not fighting against the system of racism. They're not. They may disagree with a Confederate flag or two. They, may have an issue with some white person being a Klansman or something like that. But they're not doing anything to dismantle the system of white supremacy. They're not just doing anything to dismantle this institution of racism. They're not doing anything. They're not even speaking against it on a daily basis. If you love black folks so much, you should be speaking on this on a daily basis. A damn near daily basis. Because it's always happening. New history is always being exposed, and some of the treacherous, devious, and malicious things that the colonizer has done. It's here. Constantly, the government's doing things. Targeting black people. Marginalizing black people. Propagandizing black people. It's constantly happening. So, if you're not a racist, then you should be busy. Busy as fuck. Now, I can hold John responsible, but I can't do that without holding black folk responsible too, because y'all made this acceptable. Y'all made what John had to say to me acceptable. There are black people who believe that they're going to have mixed babies in an effort to end racism. Y'all did that. Y'all made that okay. Y'all believe the same shit that he believed. And as long as you accept that, that's what you're going to get. We've accepted it for far too long now. And again, I can't be but so hard on y'all because I done lived in my coon days. I came through it. I understand it. But John was stuck. Now, I had to go on. I went on about my business. Nice meeting you, nice talking to you, drive safe. But hopefully, John, in retrospect, thinks a little bit more now because he was stuck. Because he ain't had this type of challenge from black folk. He thought hating Trump, having black friends, and having a mixed niece and nephew was enough. That's all he can do. But he thought that because that's what black people done told him. That's what black people done made him believe. Because that's the type of shit we on. But that's all the fuck I wanted to say, man. I wanted to come in here and share that story because I know that we dealing with this shit, but we got to change our energy in order to affect the energy that we receive at times. This one of them times. White folk can't come to me and talk about how much they hate Trump because I don't give a fuck how much they hate Trump. I could care less. I don't care how many black friends they have. Not my concern. Because good chance, just like with John, they ain't got no black friends like me that's gonna bang on them, hold them accountable. They ain't got no black friends like that. They have a tendency to steer away from those type of black friends. You see. And that's what it is. We got to change that energy. We have to stop being so accepting of, that minimal contribution. But that's all I want to say, man. Y'all comment. If you feel the need to comment, like, share, subscribe. Y'all hit that notification button so you can get the notification when I come on here, put a video out as I'm on this road, traveling, interacting with the world as it is out here, and holding motherfuckers accountable. Because that ain't enough, white folk. You think you love black people, you think you're doing enough. You're not doing enough. You started this shit. I'm going to expose this shit. But I know damn well, y'all motherfuckers going to have to be the ones to put an end to this shit. It's going to be on y'all. It's going to be on y'all. And black people, it's on us to change what we accept. We got to change that. Oh, they're not accepting that friend shit no more. They're not accepting me having a black wife and mixed kids. They're not accepting it no more. I got to do more than that. Yeah. Yeah, motherfucker. You did more than that to get us to this point. So you're going to do more than that to get us to expose your own people, expose your team, expose racism, and fight it more than that. It won't be enough for me. It might be enough for most of us, but that damn sure ain't enough for me. And black people, we need to change that. That's all the fuck I want to say, y'all. Mad love, shout out Team Rob, y'all. Links in the description box to follow me on social media. Order a t-shirt from my brother. Links in the description box. Donate via Patreon. Links in the description box. Mad love, y'all. I'm out.